Welcome once again, this is Salamancer, and you are watching Sal TV. I'm going to bring you a game today between SG-1 and Anexis Esports. This game was played about a month ago. I do believe it was one of the best of three, I think, grand finals from Assembly LAN in August. So that was really fun. We are watching already a very aggressive soldier jump here. Looks like it did not pay off all that well, though. That soldier does end up going down. I believe that was Honky. And now with 2 down and almost 3, looks like that is going to make 3 down, I think. Yeah, there we go. Anexis having to drop back. And SG-1 here makes a very, very quick capture. Now, I've seen SG-1 play quite a bit, and I think they actually changed their name to Team Dignitas after Dignitas sort of had some roster troubles. So a lot of players from SG-1, or pretty much all of them, are now Team Dignitas, I do believe. But yeah, SG-1 here, full of just the popular players over in Europe that I've seen these guys get casted quite a bit before. We've seen like Mafu, Hawks, Punpu, Himsy, Cookie, and the Jackal. And let me see if I can't find. Oh no, I missed it. I actually had to restart this cast due to a little bit of an issue, and we just missed Mafu getting a really awesome sticky trap there and ended up taking out more. So with 100% Uber, it's 6v5 right now. I think SG-1 probably is going to want to push this in here. And by the way, I do believe SG-1 is a Finnish team, so we are watching the Finns represent one of the strongest teams in Europe. So just waiting a little bit here. I thought they might push forward, but it looks like actually they've given Anexis time to bring their player back up. Kind of an iffy decision there, but they are pushing in, trying to deal as much damage as possible, being very, very aggressive over here on the right-hand side. It's actually pretty easy to get sticky trapped if they walk in this way, but I guess they're not worried about it. Looks like they are just going to walk in. They walked a scout in already, so Himsy walked in there dealing some damage to that pyro. Looks like, what's this guy's name here? Santu is down right now. Mafu, though, is down as well, so SG does not want to push in here without Mafu. The demo man really makes or breaks a push here, dealing that maximum damage. So SG-1 is just going to sit around in the back of the base for a little bit in this upper lobby, lower lobby connector area and just deal some damage. Hopefully they're going to take somebody out. They have hit Santu quite a bit. He's probably going to get healed back up though, but they are waiting. Yeah, there he goes, hits that cabinet. They're kind of waiting to see if they can't get some damage. They really don't want to have to push in with an Uber to a Pyro, so if they can take out the Pyro, that's really what they want to do. But so far, Anexis doing a very good job of holding here, and this is kind of stalematy. Here comes the Uber finally, and Cookie goes down right away. Did not get that flash that he really wanted. Rake managing to knock out that scout, set him on fire, and of course no fun getting set on fire. But can they stop this cap? Yes, they can. Hawks goes down as well, so it's only the Jackal, Punpu left up. Anexis with a great hold here, keeping all 6 players alive. Santu coming out here trying to get the finishing move on Punpu. He does manage to do it, input that combo correctly, so just like in Mortal Kombat, we got to see one of those finish him moments right there from Santu. So Team Anexis here pushing back out to their second point, but they sent us just a scout up here. Now the demo man up there as well, but these guys are still in danger of getting jumped by a soldier or something. Looks like they do manage to pop that Uber though, and so that's going to keep them safe. Team Anexis is going to push back out here at least to their yard, but they cannot. The Uber is already faded, so they cannot push onto the middle point. And this is just some crazy action right now, guys. I've never seen a game quite this fast paced on Badlands. Badlands usually one of the slower maps, but wow. So SG-1 here looking like they still want to be aggressive, and we've got Cookie over here just kind of playing around watching the flanks while the Jackal and his core watch this main choke and the house area. So we are watching them standing kind of on these crates here, but it looks like they're actually pushing through the house. Can be a little bit risky to do sometimes just because you can get a lot of different sticky trap locations in there, but it looks like they're okay with pushing through that house, going over to the flank, and they may walk in straight through here. Looks like they're dealing a lot of damage right now to Anexis, but Anexis doing a very good job of staying up so far. Lots of damage now coming down on SG-1 soldiers here, and can they stay alive long enough to keep their medic alive, or is he going to have to pop that Uber? That's the question. The Jackal here at 39 health, having to drop back. Did not really want to pop an Uber there because he knew he was not going to get a lot of kills out of it. So just waiting a little bit here. Looks like Mafu doing a heck of a lot of damage to Honky, and before he falls back, asks for some heals from his medic, and so he should be just fine here. Probably a crit heals pretty soon, so not quite yet, but getting some decent heals there, so he's probably going to jump back up and try to capture Spire, because it looks like SG-1 has done a very good job, and looks, yeah, they've made Anexis pop here. Anexis probably with a little bit of a bad decision. Oh, great way to pop him up in the air there. Juggle him like that means that there is no way Anexis is going to get out of there without losing at least 1 player, so well done to Hawks. And yeah, looks like SG-1 is definitely connected with that Spire once again, so captured that. Just trying to get the sticky traps out of the way here, and now Anexis is falling back to last once again. A little tiny bit of an Uber disadvantage, but I don't think either team is going to realize that really. Maybe Pav will. And let's get his name here, Pavi or Pavi. is on the medic for Anexis. I've already gone down the roster, I think, kind of, for SG-1. Santu is on the scout, as is Rake, and then Moore and Honky on the soldier, and Tuche on the demo man. I do not know how to say that, so of course all the European players are kind of groaning and like, Salamancer, you can't pronounce anything. But yeah, of course, on SG-1, while we wait for them to push in here, it's Dejackal on the medic, Cookie and Himsy are their 2 scouts, Mafu, their demo man, and Hawks and Punpu, their 2 soldiers. So here we go with the instant soldier pushing in there, but the problem is he's once again getting the air blasts from Rake over here as the Pyro, doing an extremely good job here of just holding these Ubers back as long as possible. And SG-1 once again has lost 2 players. So what I would like to see them do maybe is like get a sniper in here or something and just try and start knocking these guys out before they push in, because so far when they've pushed in even Ubers and even player situations, it has not worked for them. Punpu and Mafu both going down there. Looks like Rake knocked out Mafu with the pistol. Rake finally got taken out by Hawks. But now Santu's getting back up here on the Spire once again, going to capture that no problem because he's got a soldier up there to prevent any enemy soldiers from jumping in on top. So SG-1 once again having to drop back to mid. It looks like SG-1 just has some very superior positioning here around the mid and around Spire. They've done an excellent job so far of pushing there. But Anexis really with just a really excellent turtle defense there on that last point. They don't even set up like a sentry or a heavy or anything. They just play their normal classes plus a pyro and minus a scout. And that pyro has really made all the difference, just completely shutting down any of the Ubers that SG-1 has tried to bring in there. And everybody right now on their normal classes. The Uber is popped very early here for Anexis. May have been forced there, and now SG-1 is getting a great opportunity for a counter Uber here. If they can knock out the enemy medic, that's really what they want to do, but they're sending Mafu here very far forward, and he may take a lot of damage. Getting back inside and going to take that health kit. No, he's not. Moore ends up knocking him out. So Mafu is down, Himsy down as well, and so there's not a lot of protection here left for the core here. It's just 1 soldier and a couple of scouts trying to defend their medic here for SG-1. Going around, dropping back through their house to their 2nd point. So they've had 2 shots on goal here, and SG-1 has missed both so far. Anexis have pushed all the way back to, looks like they may end up taking Spire now. Dejackal sounds like he's making some angry noises, but not actually getting hurt yet, so he'll be perfectly fine. But look at all this aggression coming in from Red Team. Anexis' Pavi here is just staying right where he needs to stay to not take any damage. Punpu ends up going down after that attempt at a jump there, and we've got more coming up. Oh man, Uber force here for SG-1 now, and that's not going to be good for them because Anexis has not had to force the Uber at all. They do finally use it, but are they going to get the kill on the medic here? I don't think they are. I'm not even sure why they popped that Uber, honestly. Maybe it was because of the scout pressuring, though, so well done to the scout here for SG-1. Cookie did go down there, but not before he forced the Uber for Anexis and made the Uber situation just about even once again. Dejackal here just now getting his heals on somebody, but that's not going to be enough of a disadvantage for Anexis to push into. And this game has been non-stop action. I have not stopped running my mouth the entire time. And I don't even know who my favorite team is right now here because SG-1 has been showing some superior play in the skirmishes that they've had around the mid area, but then Anexis has just said, hey, we're going to turn this around, and after our really staunch defense, come out here and push all the way to last. So SG-1 running completely vanilla loadout right now. Himsy actually goes down, and so that's going to be 5 against 6. Not a huge deal to lose a scout on defense, though, but the problem is he's got a 15-second respawn timer, and so Anexis has 15 seconds here to push in without really taking a lot of damage, and they're going to do it as soon as they have the Uber. I'm pretty sure no backing out just now, so that's too bad for them. They actually could have gotten in there and had a little bit of damage while the enemy didn't have an Uber, but now they're actually waiting. Himsy's going to come back up, and he's come up on a heavy, so we're going to watch his camera just a little bit here because those heavies will deal a lot of damage. Santu actually, oh, look at this. This is a beautiful bait and switch tactic where they're trying to bait a scout out here to do an attack, but look, the Uber has already come in, and the Uber was counter-popped successfully there for SG-1. Nobody dying there until Punpu finally took a sticky from Tuche or Tus. Don't know how to pronounce that, but I do try my best. But yeah, Punpu, the first one to go down. Cookie now the second one to go down. That actually is really bad for them because Cookie was the only one over here washing this side, so that's giving them... Oh no, Himsy actually jumping down, being really strong there, and taking over the flank. Did take a little bit of a shot there by our scout Santu, but wow, I thought they were going to lose that flank and let the enemy just kind of pour in that way, but then Himsy was just like, nope, I've got a minigun, and that minigun is exactly what saved the point there for SG-1. Still, though, they need to get somebody over there capping Spire. Right now, they're just setting up a sticky trap here, which is interesting, but nobody's jumping through there. Maybe he was expecting a scout or something like that. Now, it looks like it's going to be very difficult for them to actually get out here and cap Spire, and where is this spy? this could be really interesting. Oh, is he going to go for a spy cap? No, he's just like, oh, he's been spotted. That's no good. And so now he's got to get around behind, but he is definitely going to die here. They know where he is. They know all your tricks more, so good try on the spy there for a back cap. But I think Anexis here, at very least, has held on to the spire point, the second point. So they will try to push in once again. Each team has even Ubers now. Santu just trying to knock out some sticky traps here and push into the upper lobby, seeing if he can't do it and make the way safe for his team to push in. He is getting a little bit pressured by this scout, but he is providing valuable intel in here. He's looking around and saying, yeah, there's really nobody in upper lobby, so we should be able to push in just fine. And here comes our other scout now, so Santu's going to feel a little bit safer here. Yes, looks like Anexis once again pushing into the upper lobby, which means that SG-1 is on the back foot, having to defend once again. And Himsy, very, very strong heavy, is doing it up right now. I really need to fix that. So Bloody Iron, I love you, man, but please stop talking to me because you are ruining my cast right now. SG-1 here on defense once again. Himsy standing over here on this side. Bloody Iron, shut up, man! And Himsy is got this minigun spun up and ready to go. So it looks like there's some fighting at the front door. Uber popped very early here for Anexis, and the counter pop has gone down for SG-1 once again. Well done to flash it over to Hawks here, who was going to take a lot of damage. But now we have Honky jumping up, trying to deal a lot of damage of his own, but he goes down right away to Cookie. Mafu is knocked out more, and Hawks now is taking out Anexis as well. A lot of damage coming down on the SG-1 team, but now it's only Pavi left up, and he dies. So didn't catch that on the camera, but looks like it was Cookie who got that kill. So we are watching the Cookie cam just for a little bit here. A little bit bloodied, maybe took some needles to the face or something like that, but it looks like SG-1 has done just a great job of capturing Spire and holding on to that last point, and the only off-class they ran was a heavy. So where you'll see some teams, especially in North America, run like a heavy, an engineer, a pyro, just go crazy on the off-classing, or a sniper on that last point actually is really awesome. We just don't see as much of that from these two teams. So SG-1 here able to push out with only the one off class, and of course that means that they actually have, if they don't go to those off classes, it keeps the versatility. It lets them push out a lot more easily, and that's a really good thing. If they keep all their really mobile classes, it's easier to get out there and cap that second point after the enemy has wiped out at mid. But great jump coming in here, and this could kill the medic. No, forces him to pop though, and popped in a really terrible position here. So SG-1 is pretty much just going to use this to kill Honky over there. They cannot be terribly aggressive here because Anexis, even though they have only 4 up right now, they have a big Uber advantage. So SG-1 may want to try and make them pop that Uber. Mafu setting up a good sticky trap there, but it's not going to be enough. Sets that off, deals a tiny little, I don't even think he dealt any damage with that. That may have been just too high up. Good try there, but the entire Anexis team just said, nah, we'll just walk past that. So now we've got Mafu trying to deal some damage, be the artillery man from over here, be that big mortar. And slowly, DeJackal's getting back up his even Ubers here. Anexis is kind of wasting their advantage. Now they've finally popped it and said, okay, well, we're getting pushed back here, so maybe we should pop an Uber or something like that. But this is going to give SG-1 a huge advantage if they can keep their medic alive. And it looks like so far they have. They've actually kept everybody alive right now. Standing over there in the trash area, mainly is what that area is called, with a medic. So yeah, SG-1 with a good defensive spire here, and they've got that 100% Uber advantage once again. So we're going to have to see. Let's find, yeah, it looks like DeJackal Cam here is trying to flash that Uber to as many people as are going to take damage. Wants to make sure everybody stays invincible and alive on this point as long as possible. And it looks like SG-1 only 1 kill on that Uber, and it wasn't even anybody who was Ubered who got the kill, but they just forced Team Anexis back a little bit. Anexis now has about the same Uber advantage as before, and so they probably are once again going to push in. Just the 3 right now though, and oh no, medic taking a lot of damage here. Pavi goes down to Punpu, so that's actually what SG-1 really needed here. Going to have a big Uber advantage. They're going to want to push onto Spire once they've got all their players ready to go here. Hawks needs to get healed up a little bit. All 5 of the damage classes for Team Anexis are still up, and not a single one of them is really damaged very heavily here. Finally, Santu does go down though, and so does Moore, jumping in after the medic, but doesn't get him taken out. Everybody pretty much for Anexis here is coming in one at a time and jumping in after DeJackal. DeJackal has 9 health left, does go down! So wow, that was some very desperate play there by Team Anexis. They lost everybody just to take out DeJackal and stop that Uber advantage from being really, really huge. So now SG-1 is going to be able to get in here and cap the Spire, no problem, just because there's nobody around to contest it. But they're not going to have that Uber advantage pushing into last. In fact, the advantage here is going to go significantly to Pavi. He's going to have at least a 25% advantage here, probably more like 30 or 35. And it looks like my stream chat is telling me that Bloody Iron is telling me he's sorry, but of course it's my fault really for leaving my notifications on. So I am an idiot, and it's not Bloody Iron's fault at all. SG-1 here has managed to hold on to Spire, but they know they have a big disadvantage in the Uber, so they're actually playing really far back here. They're going to see if Anexis decides to push out. Anexis, though, is not going to have any of that. They are pretty much just hanging around their midpoint here, and Tuche is standing inside the spawn, so he can just kind of watch his sticky traps from in here and not worry about dying at all. One of the benefits, of course, of playing Demo Man, you can deal damage to the enemy when they cannot deal any damage to you, and you don't even have to be Ubered to do it. But yeah, Team Anexis here has finally decided to set up a sentry. They do have the time now. Kind of a little weirdness going on there with the view model for that. I don't know why that happened. But there we go. SG-1 has the Uber, so now they're going to look at taking upper lobby, and it, of course, is clear for them right now. They've just figured that out, so it looks like they're just checking around for some sticky traps. They want to bring their medic in, but it sounds like they've already just Ubered straight away. Pyro blasting him back out there. Once again, Anexis has done a great job here on defense so far, and this Pyro, who is this? This is Rake. This is like the world's proest Pyro right here. I've loved watching this because you just don't get to see enough 6v6 competitive Pyro, and it's of course it's a very, very niche role. It's used on this last point defense almost exclusively to prevent enemies from Ubering in, but it's just used to such great effect here. And now we're going to try and get on the Rake cam here just a little bit and see if he can't do something awesome again. Getting some air blast here, huge damage coming down from those because of course I think they do mini crits when you hit people with those air blast reflected rockets. So Rake here getting the heals that he needs. Wow, and he took both those soldiers down to like 30, 90 health. Amazing stuff there from Rake here, so I love watching it. We're just going to see if he can blast that Uber out once again, because that's what's going to happen here. Jackal's going to push right back in here with 100% very soon, and so Rake is going to get ready to stop that momentarily. He's actually been Ubered a couple times here, but they're trying to keep him up at 260 health just to make sure that he's got the maximum amount of health necessary. There we go. Exactly what he needs to do here with the air blast as much as possible, and he's actually blasting Mafu way out of position here. Oh, doesn't manage to take advantage of it, sadly enough, so he does have to back out once again, but Mafu did go down anyway, and in fact, 3 players from SG-1 have gone down. Now we're watching the Cookie cam here. Cookie trying to deal as much damage to the soldiers as possible, just slow him down and keep him away from the Jackal. So actually did a very good job there. Dealt some damage, backed out before he took too much, but now he may end up getting taken out. No, okay, so looks like Team SG-1 here has managed to get away, and they're going to go hang out in their house for just a little bit. But once again, Anexis with a huge hold on last point, and they have managed to push out to Spire from that. So I mean, we're just watching both of these teams here do some amazing work on defense and on offense as well. But the last point offense here really shows just how how hard you have to push to get that last point really capped in Badlands, because it's a tough point to capture. Anexis has lost a lot of players once again though, and it looks like they may almost end up with a full wipe here. Himsy does end up going down there. We've got a scout kind of running around the flanks over here, but he does get spotted by Mafu. Mafu's like, no, let's take that out. Can't do it. The scout has gone up into the battlements, but point being going right back to SG-1 once again. Most of the time, this map has really been spent on SG-1 on offense. Mafu pushing in here, and the Pyro's already up, but it's Santu this time. It is not Rake. Looks like Rake is just going to be on the scout. Now, both of them are probably very good at Pyro. SG-1 trying not to give them a lot of time over here. Hawks looks like he wanted to push in there and deal some damage down to the right-hand side, now rotating over to the left. But yeah, SG-1 does not want to really give too much time to Team Anexis here to set up. Looks like they are trying to get a sentry going. And of course, this is the European League, so everything is vanilla pretty much except for the medic. That means it's going to be a level 3 for sure if he can get it built up in time. Looks like a forced Uber here from Team Anexis, but that was because SG-1 once again popped their Uber on the Demo Man down in the lower area and did not manage to do a lot with it. So this is going to be a level 3 sentry. That is going to be terrible for Team SG-1 to deal with. They're going to have to put at least 3 stickies under it just to kill it, most likely, and that means 3 stickies during an Uber that are not being used to deal damage to the enemy team, instead just killing a sentry. So that's pretty much what Team Anexis here wants to do with that. They've got Rake on the Pyro once again, so we're going to watch that pro Pyro cam because I am just amazed at how awesome these guys have done on defense so far. The only difference this time around is they have not been able to push back out because SG-1 has effectively backed out here and not lost a lot of players. Now we've actually got a sniper up, but it sounds like he's been spotted. Himsy running the sniper, wants to kill that demo man if at all possible, because that would really make it a lot easier for SG-1 to come in and deal damage without taking a whole heck of a lot themselves. But now it looks like Himsy here not able to get the kills that he wants, and no, that demo man is staying inside spawn. Himsy, sorry man, but you are not going to get that kill at all. Pushing really far forward here, does take out Santu, the engineer, and so that could actually be, looks like with Honky dead as well, that could be exactly what SG needs here to get in, and well, they're backing out once again. Uber to scout in, and Rake is trying to blast that back away. Oh, wow, and Rocket's coming down. Punpu, Himsy, and Mafu have all gone down here, and Anexis is all 6 back up. So even though they managed to get that snipe kill, that was crazy good sniping on who was it? On Santu as an engineer, it didn't matter. SG-1 just unable to push in there, and I do that every time, Tuche. You are not alone. Even at the highest leagues, people try to hit that spire just a little bit too early and end up putting a sticky on that little edge right there in the battlements. I hate that. I hate that so much when I play demo. Anyway, we do have Anexis here once again capping the spire. This time taking a lot of damage from a heavy. Himsy heavy here on the valley. That is a very interesting approach, because I don't normally see a heavy push out from mid like this. And look at how much damage SG-1 has taken. Rake is down. Like, he's the only person who's really taken a lot right now. More finally hopping back here into the lower lobby area, but Team Anexis doing their very best to deal so much damage to the SG-1 team, and Hawks does go down. We're going to have to see if Mafu here can do any damage, but it looks like the Uber was popped here, and now counter pop for SG-1. Himsy here going to do a lot of damage here, but the farther he gets, of course, it's just going to see a significant drop-off, and now they're getting back-capped, so great play here on the back-cap by Anexis. They've got more players up right now, so they can dictate the pace of this game, dictate exactly where they want SG-1 to go, and now it is just a demo man and a medic left alive. Let's see if we can't find... Oh, wow, Rake ends up taking out the Jackal with a pistol, now trying to do the same thing to Mafu. Santu ends up finishing him off with a scattergun, and now everyone from SG-1 here is in desperation mode, trying to knock out Pavi, but that's not going to happen. Pavi managing to stay alive throughout all of that, and so Rake has done an excellent job here, but everybody on Anexis did a great job of defending against that desperation play there from SG-1. So now 100% Uber advantage for Anexis. They're already pushing in here to the last point, and Cookie walks off the point for just a second. There was just not enough left alive there for SG-1 to keep their point up. So well played to Anexis. They were on defense for practically that whole round, but that last little push there, they managed to finally knock out the medic and get a big Uber advantage, and that's just what they wanted to do. Now we've got Mafu with the beautiful Demo Man rollout, so he is going to get there exactly when he wants. But the enemy Demo Man at the same time, I mean, at this level, if either Demo Man makes a mistake, that is going to be something to talk about. Great rocket surfing there by Punpu, does do a lot of damage, but the problem is the Jackal's already down. Pavi has managed to keep himself alive. Himsy here doing some damage down on the ground, trying to knock out that scout, but that's not going to happen. Moore walks around with a shotgun and blasts him away. So Anexis with a very significant Uber advantage here and a very significant mid-fight win. It was a huge win for them, because once again that means they may be able to push out here, and very quickly, if they can capture Spire, they'll have a big Uber advantage pushing onto that last point. SG-1 not trying to let them capture Spire though, and look at this. They've got a soldier right now, rocket jumping. Looked like he was jumping up onto the point. Yes, he is. Kind of gets pushed away by those scouts there, though, so he's not actually standing up on that point. Nonetheless, great damage coming down onto Moore, and Pavi has taken a little bit of damage as well, so they are actually having to back away from Spire here. Honky's gone down as well. They've taken out both scouts for SG-1 right now, but Duche here, not able to deal as much damage as he really would like, because he is going to be threatened by the majority of the SG-1 team if he does. And now the Uber advantage has dissipated for Team Anexis. They are going to have to stay back on mid just a little bit, wait for their soldier at least to come up. And so SG-1 managed to avert a complete crisis there just by delaying that Spire cap as well as they could. Very well coordinated defensive Spire there, because if they had not managed to do that, it would have been very difficult for them to defend last against that incoming Uber. Now we do have some damage coming in from an Uber by Anexis here. Looks like both teams did Uber at the same time, and Anexis is still managing to hold on to the midpoint, so SG-1 wanted to be aggressive there, but it's not happening quite yet. Punpu is having to walk back over to the valley area, and so once again we reset those Ubers, and we've basically reset exactly what we see here. We've got, let's just get this going over here. Blue hanging out in kind of a forward position here, but doesn't matter because Anexis is just on top of their crates. Very, very standard hold point up there for Team Anexis, and everything pretty much about this game, aside from the crazy awesome pyro play, has been very standard. I have not seen a lot of like like super weird off-class stuff. Of course, they've had some very, very good aggression and very well executed aggression, and they haven't really needed to do anything super creative or like crazy, like running a spy, because it's just when they have the advantage, they play it right every time. And so they're trying to get those advantages as much as possible. The Jackal here managing to pop the Uber, no problem, making sure he saves himself and his team. So SG-1 with the counter pop there. Rake went down, but he is just a scout, so it's not going to make too much of a difference losing one scout. It is still 6v5 though, and so we do have, looks like Team Blue here doing a lot of damage. Hawks wants to get in there and deal a bunch of damage. Juggles a soldier up into the air, knocks him out. Now he's going for the medic, gets him as well, so Hawks going huge right now and going to get this third kill on him. So that is at least a 3 kill there for Hawks. Well done to SG-1. They have a huge Uber advantage now, and there's no way that Team Anexis can really contest this Spire, so they're going to be trying to defend their last point, most likely, against 100% Uber of the Jackal. And I thought Hawks was going to go over there and try to cap the Spire, but it turns out all he wants to do is build this Uber with the Jackal, building it as though it were one of his childhood Lego sets, because hey, why not? Legos are awesome, and building an Uber is not quite as difficult as building some of those like more complicated Legos. Oh man, I used to play with Legos all the time. Anyway, SG-1 here pushing into last, and like I said, they do have about a 50% Uber advantage right now. They are ready to push him with that Uber, so here it comes. Rake once again on the Pyro, but this time he is not invulnerable, so he does go down. Finally, we do see Rake. He did some work there. It wasn't a complete failure, but this was the first time that he has really not been able to do his job, and it was because there wasn't an Uber there for Team Anexis. Nonetheless, that sentry stayed up because of him, so when I say not doing his job, I mean he kept the sentry alive and kept his team's defense alive as well. SG-1 just having a lot of trouble against this Pyro, and they really need to find a way to stop that. And the Pyro is right back up, so we're going to probably watch that Rake cam once again. The Uber advantage does go to Anexis, but they don't want to push out here right now, because if they do, they're at a huge danger of getting back capped. So they're just going to hang around and wait for that next Uber to come in from SG-1 and hope that that goes better for them. Because seriously, the Uber advantages here for SG-1, I mean, of course, we've not seen a single push by SG-1 that's been successful yet, so I think Anexis feels pretty comfortable hanging out on defense here. So yeah, looking like they want to push to the right. SG-1, where are you pushing in from? From the lower area once again, and so it looks like they are drawing this Pyro pretty far out. He does go down, so Rake does go down once again. No losses this time for SG-1, so they've got a player advantage. The enemy has popped their Uber as well, so they may push with this player advantage that they have. And there they go. Actually, don't even need to push with player advantage. Just snuck a scout onto the point. Oh man, Himsy. My stream chat is calling him a noob, but of course I know that they are lying, because Himsy, one of the very best scouts in the world, walks onto that point, and he's just like, guys, I mean, why didn't we try this before? They weren't defending it. So well done to SG-1. It is now 1-1 here, and not a lot of time left. Let's check the time left, actually. 3 minutes. So it's been pretty slow so far. I'm not even sure if either of these teams is going to end up with a win here. It could go down to a golden cap situation. Wow, lots and lots of death coming down real fast, though. Mafu with some great pills there takes out more. Anexis' Chusei and Honky are both down as well, so it's just Pavi defended by his 2 scouts, and he could very easily get soldier jumped or something like that here, so he is backing out. Very wise choice for him to run away and keep his scouts, just 1 scout now, alive, and keep that Uber building up as well. So they're going to keep, looks like yeah, SG-1 going to keep 1 scout here, and they're trying as hard as they can here to get over and cap Spire. If they can win, they're going to have to win, pushing in with an Uber. Moore are going for a, oh, whoa, what's going on here? I was going to say Moore is going for a spy cap, but it looks like Anexis here wants to actually defend Spire. Where is our spy right now? We're going to have to see if, like, as soon as this Uber fades, yeah, he looks like he wants to come in here, and he does get the medic kill. The Jackal goes down. Moore here not even caught by this demo man yet, but wow, Anexis only has 2 players left alive right now. The Spire is already captain, so it's kind of a race back to the last point. Only Rake is going to be watching this point. Does get healed up by Pavi, but the problem is there's already a scout on top of Pavi. He goes down. Rake is going to try his best to defend this, but SG-1 ends up with a cap without their medic. Great spy work by Moore, but it just was not enough. Basically, everybody on Anexis was dead, and now there's only 2 minutes left. That was crazy, guys. So SG-1 here turned that around. They finally said, yes, we can be aggressive, and make that aggression work. And so just within these last 5 minutes here, SG-1 has pulled it up to a 2-1 lead against Team Anexis. And Anexis really has their work cut out for them in the next minute and a half. If they want to be able to cap all the way back to last, they're going to have to win this mid-fight, win it decisively. So far, Pavi has already gone down, and that's no good because that means, of course, they're not going to have any sort of Uber pushing into last point if they were to get there. Punpu and Himsy have gone down, but Mafu is still alive. So is the Jackal. Where is Jackal right now? Can he stay alive for long enough? This could be the end of the game right now. Just SG-1 is trying to delay this cap as long as possible, but so far, all they have to do is stay alive here, and they have won. Lots of damage came down onto Jackal. He did go ahead and pop that Uber, but look at what they're doing with it. Making one kill on Moore, and all they have to do is stand here and stop this capture, and that is really securing them the win right now. There's less than a minute left to go, guys. Look down at that little server map time counter. It is 56 seconds and falling. I do not think that is going to be enough time for Anexis to cap, so of course I'm really bad about calling games early, but oh, there goes Mafu now. Trading Mafu for Rake is probably a good trade for Anexis at this point, but Anexis here really has to capture this point and capture it very, very quickly. SG-1 really playing very well here to know that they can just stand here and make the clock run down. They are watching it, and so they, oh wow, great aggression here as well from SG-1. So Anexis is just being forced back through their choke. That looks like it is going to be the game. SG-1 here with just some awesome play at the very end of the round here. Looks like they have won this game. So everybody's calling GG, guys. Of course, go check out eXtv Esports this week, which is the week of like September 5th or whatever today is. We are doing like daily casts non-stop because there are playoffs going on for open and invite level games. So check those out. This has been Salamancer signing out.